like I'm gonna be 23 in a month. That would mean like if I started right now, I wouldn't be done having kids until I was 43.
What's going on, guys? So we are back. As you guys can see, we made like a little studio vibe right here. Hopefully you guys can kind of like hear us a little bit better. We have a little bit of music in the background, so hopefully you guys can feel the little vibe that we have. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and like, you know, talk about some stuff. So this is version 2 of our setup. So if you guys like the car ride, just know that that's coming too. We wanted to do something different just because the weather is like really bad. So
if you're in California, you know that it's raining really bad right now around January. Like, you know, for anybody that wants to know what I'm drinking today, it's a pink drink with 3 scoops vanilla bean powder and vanilla sweet cream cold foam. It's pretty good if you guys like semi-sweet but not too sweet. And like if you guys are a fan of the refreshers, then I recommend it, but if you don't like refreshers, then it's not worth trying. And then we just got some like iced tea, like lemon iced tea.
alright guys, so I had to change because I wasn't meeting the requirements for the vlog. So yeah, you guys can see got my shirt on.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, we're just gonna do I think it's like a little bit game, no? Or something?
It's would you rather. So I'm gonna start real quick with the question. So the first question is, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? So honestly, for me, I would rather see 150 years into the future, because right now, at this very moment, 10 minutes from now, I know we're just gonna be here like making a video. So it's not really anything that's gonna be like super like shocking. But like I wanna see 150 years from now, because I'm not gonna be able to live 150 years from now. And I wanna see like how the world is and stuff.
So like, is that like because the question was, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes
into the future?
Or 150 minutes into?
No, 150 years into the future.
Oh, is that like a one-time thing, or is it like a you can do it all the time?
I think it's like a one-time thing.
Oh, just a one-time thing?
I would say it's
I'd rather do the 150 years. Because if you're doing like the 10 minutes, it's like, you know, in
that's
10 minutes it's like, kind of like self-explanatory.
Right now we know we're just making this video.
Yeah.
Would you rather have telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, which is the ability to read minds? I'll let you go first on this one.
Honestly, I'd rather be able to like read minds. I'm like really good at it already, but like I can like gauge people like really good, but I'd rather like be able to like actually know what they're talking about. You know what they're saying in their heads, because then I can be like, okay, like this person either doesn't like me, or this person's talking shit, or this person actually does like me, and I can like, so I won't waste my time.
Yeah, I think I would choose to also like be able to read minds, because also like in the serious sense, like how you just stated, but also like I think it would be kind of fun just to see what goes on in somebody like I don't want the ability to read everybody's mind, but like only people that I feel like, oh, I want to read her mind, or she looks interesting. I kind of want to know what's going on in her head. Or like my dogs. Like I wish I could like read my dog's mind too. So it's like I feel like I would use it like also in a serious way, but like more so like for like fun. Would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button in your life?
I'd rather have a rewind button, because it's like, no, actually just a pause. Because if you have a rewind button, it's like you're never gonna learn. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have to be able to make mistakes to learn. And it's like I feel like if you rewind things and you say it, let's say we get in an argument, right? And I rewind it and I say it differently, it's like kind of like being fake. You know what I mean? Because then it's like now it's like there's never gonna be anything wrong that we say or even do. So it's like it's better to just be real, because then that takes like your human like sense, you know what I mean? Because it's like then you're just perfect, like then you're just like a robot. But if you have like the ability to pause, you can be like, oh shit, let me pause time real quick, you know, enjoy life, or like I don't know, like kind of like if we're doing something like this, like if I go to work tomorrow, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, so I'd rather just pause this time if I can pause it like with you, I can like we can enjoy it more, you know?
I think I look at it as like a rewind button, like not necessarily to fix mistakes or like correct like little things, because like you said, like our mistakes are kind of like what shape us, like what help us grow. I look at rewind as more like, oh damn, like obviously you can pause a moment to like, you know, live in it longer, but I look at rewinding it like to go and live in that moment again too, like for instance, like when you asked me out, like you know, like I want to rewind to see like what that day was like what I went through, or like when we went to Vegas, like to be able to like experience that like stuff again, but like from not from like a first person point of view like me again, but like to be able to see it from like happening, like me and that like me and that time, but like a ghost in a sense, like so I think personally for me I would choose a rewind just for that, because I would like to be able to see like certain moments in our lives that like, you know, maybe we took for granted or we didn't think was gonna be like, even if it was just a little thing, obviously something big like, you know, our wedding day or whatever, that's stuff that I was very present in the moment. But I think I would love to go back and just see like little moments that might have seemed, like I said, like insignificant but were special, you know. So I feel like that's what I would choose.
It's crazy how like different we saw like those two scenarios, you know. Like I'm over here thinking like, oh, if I make a mistake I could like rewind and like fix it, and then you're like, if I have like a cool like thing that I want to rewind to, like I would rather go back to it, like you know,
or even like a day as like a kid, like when we were kids, like like experience like getting to see that again, like you know.
Because I remember like when I was little, like I would want to rewind to where I used to play with like my Legos, like I used to play with my Legos and my carritos and stuff. Watch, I'm gonna show you guys.
He's like, hold on, I got something for you guys.
So for those of you guys, I used to play with little carritos like this, like this, and then I used to make Legos like this. Yeah, see, I used to make those Legos. I mean, these are like more like grown up ones, but I would rewind to the point where like I used to play with them and like be like upside down, going like, you know, playing with the carritos. Yeah, like it was like fun times.
Okay, would you rather have a child every year for 20 years in a row, or never have children at all?
Ooh.
So I think I would rather not have children at all.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be popping out a kid every single year for 20 years straight. That's like, you don't give your body a break, because pregnancies are 9 months, sometimes go up to 10 months long depending. Or can be a little shorter, obviously. But imagine like, that's basically saying in a year there's 12 months. So that's basically saying as soon as you give birth to one, all right, conceive the next one. For 20 years, guys, like that's doing too much. Like I think it's a lot when, I mean, to each their own, right? But I think it's a lot when women have back-to-back babies, like 1 or 2 or 3, I mean 2 or 3 back-to-back, like in the span of like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, I think personally for me, like you need to give like your body a little bit of rest. It's just better for you, like, you know, because it's like I've seen women like they risk, unfortunately they lose their pregnancy because sometimes it's like a misconception, but what I've heard is that it's because you're not really giving your body a break if you're having them back to back. Everybody is different. Like there's some women that will carry to full term if they're having multiple children in like a span of a couple years, which, you know, that's good, that's a blessing in itself. But I think for me personally, I would choose to not have kids at all if it meant that, oh, the other option is having a kid every single year for 20 years. Like I'm gonna be 23 in a month. That would mean like if I started right now, I wouldn't be done having kids until I was 43. That's a whole, like, what? You know, like, hell no,
Like, damn, when's my turn?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Just kidding. I can't really like say that, but I can say it like in the perspective of like a man. Like I wouldn't want her to be popping babies like for 20 years, because then it's like, then what's gonna happen with me? Then I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna have to like be a billionaire to be able to support all these kids. I would rather just kind of live our lives like just like with us, like if we had that option, just like us, you know.
Would you rather go back to the past and meet your loved ones who passed away, or go to the future to meet your children or grandchildren to be?
I'd rather go in the past, because it's like in the future it's gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like, even if you, let's say you die in the future and you go into the future, then it's like you're just going to see yourself dead. You know what I mean? Like, rather than going into the past where you can go and like be with like your past ones, you know?
I personally would want to see into the future our children and our grandchildren and their children and so forth, because I want to see what kind of legacy we create in them.
Oh, I
You
thought
know,
you
like,
meant
I
like
don't-
into the future, like let's say like in like 20 years or something.
Yeah, I mean that's why it says, would you rather go to the future to meet your children or grandchildren or great grandchildren, etc., etc.? Like, I would rather do that, because I have loved ones obviously that passed away, and like, you know, I didn't get to meet them, or, you know, I obviously miss them and stuff. I feel like, you know, they created a path like for us to be able to like live our lives up to this point that we have.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to be able to see what we create for the family that we are able to like have in the
Yeah.
future, you know, God willing.